So those of you who've seen me producing and have listened to my tracks, you may notice that I always write in 16 bar blocks, and this is especially important for drum and bass in my opinion. It's mainly good because it's a great way, if you structure your tracks like this, it's easier to mix, and but also 16 bars just happens to be a perfect number of bars where you can sort of tell a little story, have a little narrative before then moving on to a different idea, you know? So if this is more of a video tailored to beginners getting into drum and bass, but it also can serve as a little refresher for others as well. But yeah, essentially, if you notice in this kind of project here, how the structure is arranged with the 16 bars, you know? We have this first 16 bar section. It's very much just atmospheric and, you know, it's just an intro, you know? This track already goes into the drop in the second 16 bar, and that's just one idea. You don't have to always do that, of course. But if we take a look at the rest of the kind of 16 bar things in this track, like it has, yeah, it's sort of drop section here. Some sort of little variations that happen as you come towards the end. And then as you go cross over into the next 16, a very obvious transition where there's like a gap and then like a whole new sort of aspect to the bass line comes in. It's a new harmonic layer. And then this 16 bar section serves as this whole kind of new narrative with these new layers involved. And again, it's all part of the same narrative as well. And this is a thing I learned back in university when I was studying music production. And my lecturer actually taught me about this sort of building block structure of creating tracks. And it really helps to break things down when you always write in 16 bar sections. And the idea is to give each section its own little narrative. And then you just have the job of bridging one 16 into the next. So as we go into like the next 16 bar section here, you hear I had this whole transition getting us ready for the next 16, and then this next 16 is also completely different, has a completely different groove and vibe. Tells a very different story. And a lot of you guys who watch this video, you probably thinking, yeah, I already know that. This video is more for people who are just really getting into drum and bass production for the first time, and it's just an easier way to break it down. And I just wanted to put this video up just for like some people who might find this useful, because this is really what made, you know, structuring tracks and composing tracks make sense for me when I was getting into it, you know. So then again here, obviously I've got the more 16 breakdown, and then again we have, after this whole 16 bar breakdown, you go into a whole other fresh 16 bar drop, which is like a half-time beat, you know. But the key is, you know, having that kind of mindset when you're composing of writing in 16 bar blocks. It helps you to create a track that's really progressive and has different ideas, because you can really take one 16 as like part one, and then another 16 as like a, you know, a new chapter, and really do things different in that 16. And then again in like the third one. I always say if you can get three really great 16s that all have three separate ideas, then you've got a really great concept for a track. And all you need to do is you need to bridge the gap always between the 16 bars. So you need to have some special things going on, like fills and transitions, and yeah, the blend, the fading out of certain elements, and the teasing in of other elements. You know, you want those transitions to feel really cinematic almost. You know, that's my favorite way to produce. You know, to create nice and over the top transitions. You know, lots of things changing and happening to keep the flow nice and interesting. You know, but that's just a little tip for today. If you're not sure about how to compose or structure D&B, start thinking in 16 bar blocks, and try to make each one have its own little almost miniature narrative that's different from a separate one, and then do the work to really transition one over into the other one and make it special. And that should help you write a lot more interesting drum and bass tracks. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. Much love and respect. Leave us a comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. Share it with your grandma. And yeah, check out the links in my videos as well. We've got preset packs, Patreon, one-on-one classes, and mastering services. All right, that's it for me today. More from me soon. Much love.